and welcome back to another episode of Cocktails with Ciara. My name is Ciara and I'm a whiskey-loving Irish gal who's on a cocktail voyage of discovery. If you are new here, I have zero professional bar experience other than a passion for making mixed drinks at home and showing you how I do it. So hit that subscribe button, stick around, and we both just might learn something, because if I can do it, you can do it. Now that we're officially into the new year, it is time to say goodbye to all of the stunning festive cocktails that I had so much fun with over the last few weeks, and we're gonna get back into some of the classics. So in today's video, I'm going to be making a cocktail that I have not only never made before, but it's also a cocktail that I have never even tried before. So today I'm going to be making a Vesper Martini. So although I am absolutely a fan of a classic martini, it is such a stunning drink and absolutely packs a punch. I have never made a Vesper Martini before, and I have to be honest, the idea of mixing vodka and gin together in a martini is kind of scary to me. However, I was requested to make this cocktail by the lovely Sam Colt, who is one of my Patreon supporters. Sam, thank you so much. This was a really good suggestion. It's definitely something different that I've not tried before. So if you know about the Vesper Martini, you probably know a little bit about its history. But before we get into this history, because it is quite interesting and a little bit contested, I would like to take a second to tell you about my Patreon. It is not only a great way of supporting my channel, but you can also have access to exclusive content. You can join in on my monthly live streams with my Patreon community. They are so much fun, and you can also see the footage that is just too tipsy for YouTube. Okay, so let's get into the history of a Vesper Martini. So as I already mentioned, the Vesper Martini is also commonly known as the 007 Martini, and this is of course because it is the drink that became popular in Ian Fleming's 1953 book called Casino Royale, which obviously features the dashing James Bond. This drink also features in the 2006 movie adaptation of the book, which is also called Casino Royale. Now, the Vesper Martini, or the 007 Martini, is quite an interesting one because it is probably one of the most famous drink orders in popular culture, but it is also heavily contested. A lot of people have some very strong opinions about this drink. So there is a little bit of a rule among classic mixologists and cocktail enthusiasts, and that is that you typically shake drinks that have either egg whites or citrus fruits in them, and this is a way of mixing all the ingredients together and essentially waking up the ingredients. However, typically if you are making a cocktail that has no citrus in it, that is very spirit forward, such as this drink that we are going to make today, you wouldn't typically shake it. Now, as someone who is on a self-proclaimed cocktail voyage of discovery, far be it from me to get into the technical nitty-gritty with you. Whether or not you want to shake or stir your own martini is completely your own choice. If it makes you feel good, if you enjoy the drink, I say crack on and do whatever you like. But for posterity reasons, I will be following the method of this classic cocktail, and this one requires shaking, so I will be shaking it. So without rambling on too much, let's get into the ingredients for a Vesper Martini. So as I mentioned, this is a very spirit-forward cocktail. It includes both gin and vodka. So I have some Absolut here. I'm going to be using this, and then I also have some Bombay Sapphires. Like other martinis, this drink also uses dry vermouth. Now in the books, James Bond requested Kina Lillet. Kina Lillet is actually not available anymore, so you could use the newer version of the Lillet Blanc. However, I have two different types of vermouth here. I have the Martini Bianco White Vermouth, and then I also have the Regal Rogue Vermouth. So I think I will probably go with this one, since this one is typically what I have used for martinis before. Now, the final element to this cocktail is our garnish, and we are going to be doing a little slice of lemon peel, and that is everything that we need for our 007 Martini. It is a very simple, spirit-forward drink, and I'm really excited to try it. All right, so I'm gonna start by adding 2 very healthy cubes of ice into my shaker. I'm not going to shake the absolute shite out of this drink because I don't think it needs it, but I'm going to use this to chill it down really nicely and also hopefully to dilute it just a little bit because, like I said, it's going to be very strong. So a little bit of shaking is probably good in this sense. It's going to just dilute it a little bit. So we're going to start off with our gin. We are going to go in with 3 ounces of gin, which is a very hefty pour. So there is 2 ounces, 1. So there's our 3 ounces of gin. And now let's do 1 ounce of our vodka. Jeannie Mac, I think this could be one of the strongest drinks that I'm about to make ever to date on this channel. So apparently it is ½ an ounce of dry vermouth. Typically when I make a martini, I put very little vermouth in it, but we will stick to the measurements and we will do ½ an ounce. Now I'm just gonna get a nice bit of lemon peel, which we are gonna use for our garnish. I'm trying to get better with my garnishes, so I'm just gonna tidy up this lemon peel a little bit, make it look a little bit jazzier. Okay, so now that our lemon peel is ready, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little shake. And as I mentioned, I'm not gonna shake the crap out of it. I'm just gonna do a gentle shake. Okay, I think this should be enough. Now I'm gonna grab my martini glass from the freezer. It should be nicely chilled and then we can pour it. Okay, so my martini glass is nicely chilled. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in. So the shaking has caused it to go just a little bit cloudy, which is as expected. I'm gonna go ahead and add the lemon peel. It's a very full drink, very full and very strong. So I'm just gonna give this a little press and then pop this in. And that's it. Our Vesper Martini is finished. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's actually really full. I need to be careful not to spill this. I'm very excited to try it. So if you will join me over in my Dr. Evil chair, I'm gonna give this a sip and see how she tastes. Whew, okay, so I am absolutely dying to try this. It is such a full drink. These glasses, although they are so stunning, are so hard to work with. I spill them all the time. Okay, so here I have my 007 Bond Martini. Very excited to try it and see how it tastes. Wow, that's really not what I expected. Let me try it again. Oh my gosh, I actually really like it. That's actually really good. So I can't say that I prefer it to a classic martini. I actually love to make my martinis extra dirty and add in a spoon of the olive brine. So I feel like these two aren't really comparable because it's just a different taste experience. The lack of the olive juice just makes this a totally different drink. However, as a cocktail on its own, it's crisp, clean, really refreshing. Yes, it packs a punch, but I actually find it very easy to drink. I don't know if I'm the best measure for whether or not a cocktail is easy to drink. I mean, it's the kind of drink that if you were having the one drink and you had one of these, it's technically like having maybe 3 drinks. It's very strong. Now, I absolutely love the lemon peel garnish. It adds a gorgeous bit of color to the cocktail, which I feel like it really needs. It just looks like water otherwise. I would say that even though this is technically stronger than a typical martini, I think it's actually easier to drink. So it's quite deceptive. I'd say if you had 2 or 3 of these, you would be on the floor. So it is at this point in the video that I get to sit back, enjoy my cocktail and answer some questions from my Patreon community. So I have a question here from the lovely James Spreacher, and James asks, how hard is it for you to buy American whiskies and bourbons as well as Canadian whiskey? James, that is a very good question. It is one that I pondered for quite some time. And let me just take a sip and I'll think about it. It's actually not too bad. I've been able to get most things that I need for drinks. There are some American bourbons and different types of international whiskies that I would absolutely love to get my hands on, but it's just a little bit more difficult. Thankfully, there are some whiskey specialist shops here in Ireland. But other than that, I'm pretty much able to source most of the things that I need. So if you're interested in checking out my Patreon, I will link it in the description below. And thank you again to Sam Colt for recommending such a fabulous drink. This was such a winner. I'm so happy with it. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I would be very interested to know where you stand on the shaken versus stirred debate. Are you a purist who will never shake a spirit forward cocktail like a martini, or are you fine with giving it a little bit of a shake? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up, as that would help me out a lot. And if you would like to see more easy cocktails that you can make at home, I will leave a playlist up here. And if you have not already, then please do subscribe to my my channel. We are almost at 100k, which is absolutely wild. So if you watch my videos and you have not subscribed yet, then please do. I would be so delighted. I post new videos every single week and I would love to have you back for more. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you on my next one. Cheers!